All right, today we're going to build something pretty incredible. I'm talking about a fully functional computer that runs right inside a window on your current PC. We're going to use a powerful and completely free piece of software called VirtualBox to create your very first virtual machine. And don't worry, this guide is focused on getting you set up on a Windows computer. So let's get started. So let me ask you this. Have you ever wished you just had a spare computer? A second machine to experiment with, to test out new software, or maybe even run a completely different operating system, all without spending a single dime. Well, that is exactly what a virtual machine gives you. The whole concept is actually surprisingly simple. A virtual machine, or VM for short, is basically a guest computer that runs inside your real computer, which we call the host. It borrows a few of your host computer's resources to get the job done, but is totally separate and self-contained. It is, quite literally, a computer within your computer. Okay, but why would you even want one? Well, for starters, you could try out a new OS, like Linux, without messing with your main setup. Or you could run some old software, or maybe a favorite game that's just not compatible anymore. But the biggest idea here, the real game changer, is the digital sandbox. It's a completely safe, isolated space to experiment, and there's absolutely zero risk to your main computer. This is a huge deal for everything from cybersecurity to web development, and it's actually the same core technology that powers the cloud. All right, before we even think about installing software, we have to tackle what I call step 0. This is the one single crucial setting that makes all of this possible, and that is enabling virtualization. So the very first thing we need to do is check if this is already turned on. It's super easy. Just press Control, Shift, and Escape all at the same time. That'll pop open your task manager. From there, just click on the Performance tab, select CPU, and then look down at the bottom right. You'll see a little line that says Virtualization, and right next to it, it'll either say Enabled or Disabled. Now, if it says disabled, please do not worry. This is super common, and it's really easy to fix. It just means we have to take a quick trip into your computer's BIOS, which is just the core settings that load up before Windows even starts. Here's how you do it. First, restart your PC. Now, as it's booting up, and you gotta be quick, you need to press a specific key to get into the BIOS. It's usually Escape, F2, or the Delete key. You can watch the screen for a little message like press F2 to enter setup, or just do a quick online search for your PC's model plus the words BIOS key. Once you're in, look around for a tab that says something like Advanced. Find that virtualization setting, switch it from disabled to enabled, and then make sure you save and exit. Your PC will restart, and you'll be ready to roll. Okay, with virtualization enabled, we are ready for the fun part, installing the tools. We just need 2 key pieces of software to get this project off the ground. So we need 2 things. First, we need VirtualBox. That's the program that actually creates and runs our virtual machine. You can think of it like the PC case and all the hardware inside. And second, we need something called an ISO file. This is the operating system itself. It's basically the modern digital version of an old installation CD. The best part is you can grab both of these for free from their official websites. For VirtualBox, just head over to virtualbox.org and download the package for Windows hosts. When you go to install it, just stick with all the default settings. They're perfectly fine. For our operating system, we're going to use Ubuntu, which is a really popular and user-friendly version of Linux. You can download its ISO file directly from ubuntu.com. All right, our foundation is set and our tools are downloaded. Now it's time for the main event, actually building and configuring our new virtual computer right inside VirtualBox. So go ahead and open up VirtualBox and click that big New button. This will launch a super simple wizard. First, just give your new machine a name. Let's just call it Ubuntu. Next, you'll point it to that ISO file we just downloaded. You'll need to set up a username and a password. This is what you'll use to log into your new virtual computer later. And here's a key tip. Make sure the little box for guest editions is checked. This installs some helpful background tools that really improve the performance. Next up, you get to decide how much of your real PC's power you want to lend to your virtual one. For RAM, or memory, VirtualBox gives you this handy slider with a green zone. As long as you stay in that green area, your main computer won't slow down. For the processors, or its brain power, giving it 2 to 4 cores is a great place to start. And for the hard disk, definitely choose the dynamic option. This is brilliant. It means the virtual hard drive only takes up space on your real drive as it actually needs it, instead of all at once. And that's pretty much it for the setup phase. You'll get a final summary screen. Just give it a quick look to make sure everything seems right. Click Finish, and VirtualBox will just take over from here. It'll automatically power on your new virtual machine and install the whole Ubuntu operating system for you. Once that installation finishes up, the real magic begins. Let's power on our brand new computer and start exploring what we can actually do with this thing. So here's the crucial thing to understand. After you log in with the username and password you created, what you're seeing on your screen is not just some program. This is now a complete, fully functional computer. It has its own desktop, its own web browser, its own apps, all running neatly inside a window on your main PC. Now, the first thing you'll probably notice is that the screen might look a little small. Don't worry, 2 quick fixes will make the experience way better. In the View menu at the very top of the window, go ahead and select Auto Resize Guest Display. Then, to make it feel like a real computer, you can enter full screen mode, which is also in that View menu, or you can just press the right Control key plus the F key. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful features of all, snapshots. The easiest way to think about this is like a save point in a video game, but for your entire computer. This is what makes it the perfect sandbox. If you install something that breaks the system, or you make a change you regret, you can instantly restore the machine to the exact moment you took that snapshot. It's like a time machine for your PC. And believe me, there is so much more to explore. You can actually plug a USB drive into your main computer and have it show up inside the virtual one. You can enable a shared clipboard, so you can copy text on your main PC and paste it seamlessly inside the VM. You can even set up shared folders to just drag and drop files back and forth. And if you ever need your host PC's resources back in a hurry, you can just pause the entire VM, freezing it right where it is until you're ready to start again. So, there you have it. You've just built a second computer completely out of software and for free. You now have a safe, powerful, and totally disposable environment to learn, to experiment, and to play in. The only real